Hey everyone, this is Steve Bogda, author of Why Majora's Mask is one hugely underrated Zelda game, and I'm here with Genki,
What's up?
and this is your audio recap. Now, Genki, what do you think of the article, and what do you think of Majora's Mask in general?
I think it is definitely an underrated game. I always hear people praise Ocarina of Time. And yeah, Ocarina of Time was a great game, but I remember as a kid, I was always more interested in Majora's Mask just because of the mask mechanic. I really enjoy when I was going through it, just getting to that point where I would get the next mask and get like new abilities, and like I always wanted to get the Zora mask so I could, play electric guitar and crap. It's just, I
That
thought
was
that
the
was a
motivation
really
for you.
yes,
The
yes, that was my
best part,
motivation. I wanted to play an electric guitar as a Zora.
the best part about the Zora map was that it made swimming actually fun.
Yeah,
Compare that to normal Link's swimming underwater, which is one of the worst experiences ever. And also it gave you those awesome like those bat wing things.
yes,
Those were great.
those were kind
And
of
for me,
weird
Majora's
actually. They kind of look like they reminded me of a fat person's like arm flaps. That was
for, for me the part of Majora's Mask that I personally enjoyed the most was probably just the atmosphere of the entire world, ranging from all the citizens of Clocktown to four different quarters and sections where there's all these people. Felt like a living, breathing world, and that's something you don't really see in games. That's mostly because of the 3 day cycle. It allows games, for example, like when you play games over a long period of time, open RPGs, which essentially Zelda is. Like we consider it action adventure, but it's still in essence a RPG in its core. So when you look at most RPGs, eventually the world becomes dead and sterile because you've done everything. But thanks to the 3 day cycle, the whole idea is that this world never dies. It just keeps repeating, and you have to save it each time a little differently. And I really like that. I really like the side quest and how it all related to each other. How it's like one giant was a part of like a larger world. I like that.
yeah. It felt the whole situation felt a lot more dire to me than Ocarina of Time, just because that looming moon and just the clock itself always freaked me out. You know, I would get to the last day and I had been screwing around and I'm freaking out because the moon's about to come down and I'm just trying to finish up some task that I have to do on the last day, and I'm cutting it close and then the moon crashes or something like that. It was a very tense game, and I really admired that about it in comparison to other Zelda games.
Yeah, it really was extremely dark. And yeah, it was, in my opinion, my personal favorite Zelda game. I recommend it to everyone who plays Zelda games, and I would say buy it if you can. Don't emulate it. Emulating a game is not the same. I
Wait,
hate.
do you mean buy the Wii
Yeah, the Wii version's pretty good.
version? Yeah,
The Wii version's pretty good. I mean, it
because
works.
I mean that's technically emulation, but I guess you mean just like downloading a ROM of the game.
Yeah, I'm referring to actually stealing it off your computer and
Right.
streaming it, which is not the same experience at all.
I'm
But
I'm
anyway,
just I'm just kind of holding out for that 3DS version. Hopefully,
I hope they do it. I think they will.
yeah,
I think they will.
it's good enough.
Because it's easier than making a whole new Zelda game, right?
Yeah.
And on that note, play Majora's Mask. And this was your audio recap.